See if anyone comes in. Because this is going to be the shortest chat. Oh, I think, she says. Just because I've not got a lot of battery on my phone, and I've got not a lot of battery on my tablet, and I really can't be bothered sitting in front of the computer. And I fancy going watching something as well, so a film. So yeah, it was just a little mini chat on timelines and how I see timelines. And hi JP. So it's going to be not a long chat, she says, but this may be the shortest chat ever, just like I said, because I haven't got much battery on either. Hi my skies 5D. Just wait a minute. Good vibes today. I did do a little bit of filming of the sky like I've done a couple of times. Energy. I took the flowers and my fella did the butterfly, and I was like, that is a really good video of the slow motion of the butterfly, which is very symbolic, as I always keep saying, you know, in the chrysalis stage, as I was saying the other day, when we emerge, beautiful butterflies arising above all this cack that's going on, but we're transforming in the cocoon, like we're in lockdown, we're transforming. Hi Reese. So, you know, I thought that was nice. Going to be seeing a few more videos like that when the sun pops out again. And you might see something of some nice scenery next weekend. I'm not going to tell you why yet or where, but I may be doing some filming, hopefully, maybe a little chat in nature next weekend, hopefully, with beautiful scenery. So we'll see if that works out, just like a little mini chat. Hopefully, you know, we'll be connected and I'll be able to do that for you. Hi Sue. So, you know, we all do, there's many chats, people talking about timelines and different, you know, the awakening and the shifts and the timeline shifts and this, that and the other. You know, you feel like you're living in a parallel universe, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people, you know, in all communities talking about that. Now, I was on Facebook the other day, and this was just someone saying something about, I'd put a post up of Oprah Winfrey connected to, something she said on one of her shows a few years back about a 7-year-old child. I'm not going to go into it. You might know. If you know, you know. If you don't, it's okay. It's not about that. A lot of us know what she is and what she's been a part of. But anyway, the person on Facebook, because I'm not thinking this person, it's just saying this is how some people react to certain stuff. Now, someone said, and a lot of other people will say this, and if any of you lot have said that to people who were asleep, they would say the same thing of, oh, I don't believe that about Oprah Winfrey. All right. So like that she hung out with you know, Weinstein, and there's lots of stuff come out about her. But this is what makes me laugh with people. So if it was a guy that was maybe dressed a bit, I don't know, you know, maybe not a celebrity. Yeah, she's dirt, exactly. You know, the mainstream media would put out, everyone would believe it. But because it's a celebrity who's seen as, yes, I used to like her many moons ago. Maybe she wasn't into it then, I don't know. You know, that is seen as a good person that did good chat shows and who was good friends with John of God. Now, if you know who John of God is and what happened with John of God and what's behind John of God, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you don't know about John of God, do a little bit of researching on it. And this is what I'm saying about, just because some people are religious or they're saying they're good people, like, you know, John of God, sometimes they're hiding a lot of things, because you have to look good to the people to have nefarious things going on behind the scenes or underground, Vatican. So when this person said, because I'm just using this as an example, it was Trump, they'd be going nuts. Exactly. Yeah, well, I can't believe that, because she knew spiritual people like John of God and Hi the Don and Wayne Dyer, who I was talking about the other day. Yeah, they will have done. I'm not saying Wayne Dyer's good or not, you know, all the dark's going to be seen in the light, isn't it? But they would have known people anyway because they drag people into the thinking, oh, they do use people. But what I'm saying is because it's somebody like Oprah Winfrey and she's been round a bit and she's perceived as a good person because she does all these chat shows and gives money away on her chat shows and this, and this, and perceived as very good, the people just don't believe it. And it's like, this is a problem. And this is why Q said people will be shown because they won't believe it. You know, like I said, because it's celebrities. Also, because they're a celebrity, they haven't done anything then. Hi, Mark, you know? And then I was like, well, do a bit of research on it, this, that, and if it's a bit like Tom Hanks, you know, blah, blah, blah. People just don't want to believe it because they're seen as how can you say that? They don't believe it due to cognitive dissonance. Yes, that's right, Raina. They don't believe it because of cognitive dissonance. And I said this to this person. They don't want to believe it. And I said to this person, well, we're gonna believe you're gonna believe. You're not gonna have to believe it. You're gonna be shown what's coming out over the next couple of weeks and months. What this has been, boiling up to for a few good years. Hi, Globebusters. How are you? This conversation sort of went like, well, I believe there's timelines, positive timelines. Yes, there is. But you've still got to see the shit that's going on to have a positive timeline, meaning, hi, Tatty T. I've said this and said this again. If we want a new world, a new way, what everyone keeps saying out there, a shift, an ascension of consciousness, a better way of living, to solve these problems, you have to see the shit that's in the dark. That's also within yourself because it's multi-layered as well. It means looking at the darkness within you. This stuff you don't want to see is probably because you don't even want to look at the darkness within you and the things that we've contributed without knowing, which we're all going to find out and all be like, bit like Wayfair and all that, there's loads of things to food that we eat. By the way, Charles Ward has just put a great video up about slave food, about food we should be eating, even if you're eating meat, not the slave food they put out like McDonald's and all that sort of crap. But yeah, Charles Ward has put a great video on that. I've not got through it all yet, but it was the beginning of it was good that I saw so far. But I said to this person, well, not everything is sweetness and light. It's not saying the world is a bad place. It's full of beautiful beings, beautiful people. But there has been shit going on underground, behind closed doors of what look nice, because that's how they deceive people, pretending like... I watched a film last night called, oh God, I can't remember what it's called. It's based on a true story, but I know this goes down anyway. It was called... Oh, it had Jason Patrick in it. Yeah, Solvent Green, exactly. Jason Patrick in it. Brad Pitt. I can't remember what the film was called. It's older. Minnie Driver, somebody, Robert De Niro, all them lot, but I'm just saying. And it was a film. Ignorance is bliss is... Exactly. Hi, Lois. I can't remember what it was called, but it was about some boys that went to church. I think Robert De Niro was a vicar or whatever. And then they got themselves into trouble and killed a man by messing about by accident, sort of with a hot dog cart, if anyone knows. Yeah, it's all there, exactly. And they had to go to like a prison thing for kids. While they were there, they got abused by the inmates. And one of them was Kevin Bacon. And when they grew up, they went and killed them. Sleepers, thank you. Says a lot, doesn't it, Sleepers? That stuff goes on. Where there's kids, there's paedophiles. It's a fact. There's been loads of arrests all over the world, in Holland and somewhere else, like 36,000 in one area and 30 in another. But the mainstream media aren't putting it out yet. Oh, yes, we know about... Yes, we... Oh, it's... sorry, I didn't realise it was lazy. It's 717. Yeah, you've got to be careful where you focus your energy. But what I'm saying is, high alchemy of life is... It's not all sweetness and light. Yes, we are going to higher consciousness, but timelines to me are, if we want something to change, we have to see the shit that's been swept under the carpet. And all the people who say, that's not happening, even so-called spiritual people, it's not happening, I don't want to look at it. you have to look at it. You have to look at yourself as well. At the end of the day, that's why we've got ourselves in this thing in the first place, because too many people have turned a blind eye and gone, well, it's not happening to me. Well, it doesn't matter because it's only happening in that country over there. Oh, well, I tell you what they do say. Oh, it's been happening for millennia. Yeah, that's the problem. That attitude is the problem. Well, it's been happening and nothing's going to change it. No, if you all just want to go back to sleep and not rise and not want to talk out and not come to solutions and speak out and say no more, it's going to carry on, isn't it? That's why it's always carried on, apart from the cabal really had the grips on a lot of people. But as you can see in the world right now, that is falling down. And people go, oh, it isn't. It's like, no, it is. If you actually look what's going on worldwide, they're just tying up the last ends and the cabal are just trying to fire the last bits that they've got. Yeah, they do tell you the truth in films because people laugh at that, but they actually tell you the truth because the sort of law of that is they have to tell the truth, but they put it out in films and that's why people don't believe it. But I said to this person, they said about timelines. Now, I was shouting someone out the other day, I think it was Prime Disclosure, talking about I'm doing a video later decoding exactly what they do into our weird pedo shit. Most who know it's going on don't really ask why, they just know it's a spiritual thing more than any. Yeah. Well, it's energy, isn't it? But you can't tell people because they just don't, and especially when you start talking about energy, they switch off. They don't understand. But when we talk about timelines, said the other day about Trump and Tesla, apparently they were supposed to have made a time machine. I see that as sort of like when you go remote viewing, a sort of like, Project Looking Glass. They had a looking glass where they could see what happened in the future. This is the story goes with John G. Trump and Tesla. They saw the future of America and was like, oh no, they loved America just like Trump loves America. Didn't want that. So they had to cut and paste the timelines. So I thought, yeah, I could see that. And then someone said to me, well, I don't believe you can have a time machine that goes in the future. You can only go backwards. I said, yeah, but if you think about it, if that's what you think, I said, it doesn't mean they went there. They just saw, like a premonition, but like a time window, looking glass, Project Looking Glass, that could show you if we all go down in fear, we all go down that timeline. So yeah, the energies in the sky were amazing today, exactly. So I said to this other person who was talking about timelines, yes, we can go on another timeline, but to bring those timelines in, you've got to come out of fear. Hi, Rachel. You've got to come out of fear. If you're in fear, you go down the New World Order timeline because you bow down to them. You believe the government, what the government's saying. You want the government to come in to save you and the WHO and all that. I don't think so, Bill Gates. Don't think so. So if you're going to go down that timeline, people believing that they're really here to help us, that's that timeline. We're all fucked, basically. But if we're standing up in our sovereign, stand up for your rights, exactly. And we're like, no, we're not having that. We're going to start speaking out. Rip your masks off, start speaking out. That's just a symbol, like Charlie Ward said, to shut you up. All roads lead to Rome, yeah. All roads lead to the Vatican. Yeah. And I think that's brought down now anyway. But you're not going to see it in the mainstream media just yet. But I think over the next couple of weeks, you're going to start seeing a lot more and a lot more celebrities actually speaking out. But like I just said before with the Oprah Winfrey thing, oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that can happen. No. And like I said, a lot of people don't want to think that's what's been going on. And that's where the cognitive dissonance starts. Yeah, the Wayfair, yeah, I've just been talking about that, yeah. Involved in sex trafficking through there. Yeah, they do it, it's all to communicate. They do it through Instagram, they've probably done it through YouTube, they've done it through Facebook. They use it as a catalogue, like Instagram. If you're putting pictures up of your kids, that's when I stopped. They'd message, oh, look at the baby, and they'd say certain words, like they do with Pizzagate and stuff like that. And people won't believe that. I was talking about it yesterday. People just don't believe, oh, they must have got the pricing wrong. It's like, no, understand. They used to go to places to communicate. They used to do it on, just all sorts of platforms. And people just thought it was just people being like, a bit weird with the talk and all that, but it's not. But because they've got a lot of the communication shut down, they've gone to places like Wayfair. So only the people that know that do that to go and buy the children would know that. And then you're looking at, people like Hillary Clinton with Forever Green tankers, the boat kids and all that. I'm so glad you're calling attention to this. I keep telling me, I always call attention to it. I've been waffling on about this for ages because I am into Q and all that. So I keep telling people to stop sharing their children. Yeah, because I don't put a lot of pictures up of my children. I used to. I don't now. But you see a lot of people constantly putting the pictures up. You'd be able to do that when it goes back to normal. But the thing is that people don't understand, especially little kids. They use Facebook, Instagram, where you're plastering all your children up, and you get people on Facebook showing everyone the kids in, in the little nappies when they're cute and all that, and they've got no clothes on in the paddling pool. Paedophiles will be looking at that. They use it as a catalogue, and you will find all this stuff out. So that's where you've got to be very careful, because they just take all your information. Then you wonder why there's loads of thousands, millions of children going missing around the world. You only have to look into that, how many go missing around the world. They could pick your child out. They could pick your child out off a world catalogue that they're using, because people put the stuff of the kids up all the time and don't realise that there was hunters on there, let's say. But that's what's being taken down. A lot of the whole thing to do with Q is to do with the children. They did used to use the Star Wars game to communicate. Yeah, they used to use the Star Wars game to communicate. I think that was more like Obama is known as Renegade. and all them. When they lost the communications, they started using like the gaming places to communicate in there, because obviously you can, like Twitch and stuff like that. All these things that we use, they use. So, but they'd use it coded. When you actually see it, some of it's absolutely disgusting. And if you look at some of the celebrities, like when Madonna was shouting out about fried fish, sorry. Weren't fried fish, she's talking about children. If you tell people that, they go, well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you're in the know, you know. And this is why I say a lot of people are going to have mind farts when they find out. And cognitive dissonance is absolutely rife at the minute. Absolutely rife. No clues left behind. Somebody's found in strange ways. Yeah, and then there's loads of people that have been speaking out about, the what virus, and how they've not been, testing, and it's not come back positive, and they've ended up dead. And there's loads of people, producers jumping off buildings apparently, and all this stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? So just timelines. We can go on. I feel like I'm on a different timeline anyway, but timelines to me, if not most crimes all lead to satanic cult, is we are on a different timeline. We are going to a better timeline. We can bring the better timeline in. I'm great, but I said to this person, but you can't just jump on a timeline. We're not getting rid of this stuff. JJ Jedi Dolly, have you seen all the new crop circles? I've only noticed the ones on when I listen to Prime Disclosure, because he shows them at the end. But I need to go and have a look, because I know a lot have popped up and it's very, very interesting. I got a lot of orbs in last night and stuff. But I just said to this person, but you can't. We've got to see the dark. We've got to see the dark. Oh, no, I didn't see that, Lois. Because they were like, oh, well, I just believe everything's positive. We're going to go on a positive timeline. We are, when we get rid of this crap. And it's a bit like, oh. It's a bit like, we're in the Great Awakening right now. We are in the Great Awakening. It's amazing. But we are going to have a new future, the golden age, whatever you want to call it, when we get rid of all this. The end is near, and deep state. Yes, it is. They're just running around with the last bits of ammo, and You know, while we're in lockdown, the kids are being saved. The kids are being saved. That's a whole other reason why we're in lockdown. And I do believe in the next few weeks and that it's going to start coming out more to the masses in the media. But, you know, people who don't research haven't got a clue. That's why I said cognitive dissonance is very high. All the facts are out there. You know, there is evidence and there is proof, but people just don't want to look at it. So it's like I said to this person, to know your what do you call it? Hi Roscoe. Is it Roscoe Memphis? I always get it wrong. I said to this person as well, there's a lot of people feeling a lot of funny feelings at the minute because, like I said, that other side of it is there's a lot of stuff being brought up with people. And that is the thing. Yeah, they are scared to look. People are scared to look. There's too many people stuck in the New World Order and they just want to go down that timeline. And it's like, we're not going down that timeline. We will if everyone just wants to stay there. Things are forever changing, like the seasons. Nothing stays the same. The light is exposed in the dark. All since Trump was made president, without him, none of this would have ever come to light. No, it wouldn't have done. Because people always say, yeah, but it's a spiritual battle. People always say, oh, it's been here for ages. They can't understand why, how, you know, just looking for me thingy, how it can be taken down, because it's always, just looking for me plug. It's always, you know, they've been in for such a long time and it's never going to change. Well, it is changing. It's already changing. You know what I mean? We're going through the biggest thing we've ever been through with the lockdown, which we all know is a load of crap anyway, on their side. And sorry, I'm just getting distracted with this. What's going on there? Let's see if I can get this in. You know, and the people who shout out and don't believe it are the people that don't research it. You know, they go, I don't look at anything, I don't look at anything. Exactly, so you don't know what's going on. They don't own the whole world. They used to own the world. They don't own the world anymore because they're going down. You can clearly see what's going on. To the person who said that in chat, and you know how I feel about it. If you're not actually researching, that's what you're going to come out with. And that's why the person who I was talking to the other day on Facebook, it was like, these people don't research. They don't want to. You know, you can clearly see what's going on with the monarchy. We said that ages ago. That was what was going to happen. It's just great. But like I said to this person, all the uprising in the world right now is because of all the shadow selves that are coming up in us. And then you see it on the outside as well. But the fact is, it is happening. The children are getting saved. There's loads of CEOs standing down again. Like we said about the Wayfair thing. I had to laugh because someone was buying off that the other day and I was like, oh my God. You can tell they're getting very desperate because they had to do the communicating on Wayfair and using like pillows, one cushion for what was it, $10,000 and stuff like that. The extremes that they're going into to try and communicate this, you know, all out. So it's all interesting. Yeah, making me dizzy. Yeah, it does. It's like I said, I don't look into much of it. I've been doing, what have I been doing today? I started, the painting I did the other day has changed again and it'll keep changing. Hi, Kieran. Not seen you for a while. It's turned into this now. Don't know if you can see it. Don't know what's going to happen with that, but it will change again before it ends up being like the one up there. I did a meditation, 33. Did a meditation there's a little drawing, but it was just, I didn't really do much today. There was a meditation I saw a lot of magenta today, and I saw I saw two circles with like lines coming out. Couldn't really make out what they were, but one was blue and one was reddish magenta. And then I just saw loads of magenta. It was beautiful. Magenta, magenta, magenta. And in the middle, there was the electric blue, lilac colour. And it was all like pulsating and merging. And then it kept coming in. To me, it felt like the two worlds merging. That's what it felt like to me. And it felt very loving, very happy. And it was just making me smile a lot. And then I saw three, they look like wands, like staffs, three wands. And then I saw a funny shape I was trying to draw, like a symbol. I sort of got it, but I'll show you. But I just couldn't make out what it was. So let me see if I can flip this camera. So I got this sort of shape. I don't know. I know there was a dot there, and it sort of went like that. And there was something, I don't know, there was something. Oh, and I had little, I could see like blossoms in the middle of the magenta and the something going on. It looked like I was going into another place, but I didn't quite get there. But that was just in meditation day. It was more colours, because we know that colours hold a frequency as well. But yeah, but like I said, it's just because people don't want to look. They don't even want to look at their own shit. You know what I mean? They don't want to deal with their own shit. I was saying that the other day. People don't want to take responsibility for their lives. People, they'll moan about it. Hi, Jodie. They'll act like a victim. They'll do this and that. The moment you take control of your own life and start sorting it out, and going with the flow and stop acting like a victim, like we do. I've done it before in the past. And take responsibility for the things that you brought in your life. We manifest our realities by thoughts. And it's not, when people say, well, be careful of the words you say. It's funny because who did I catch before? And I know some of you know her. It was, just let me try and find the video. Because I said this the other day, when you swear, and I think I said tatted tea the other day because we were saying, if you swear, it's not what the actual word you're saying all the time. It's the intent behind it. Like you can say it jokingly. And I saw some of you over there today. So it was. Well, a lot of people are corrupted without knowing it. Yeah, they are. A lot of stuff we've done, we don't even know about. But it's not our faults. We've been deceived. It was. Awake and Active channel. I can't remember what the lady's calling it. It was frequency, vibration, and intention, because we do know that we normally go off our emotions, when we go to act out sometimes. But if you check out her little chat she had today, that channel is oh, it's just gone somewhere. Where's that gone? Oh my God, what is going on? What's going on there? It's not right. Awake and Active, I think the channel's called. So, yeah. Nice to see you all in chat. But yeah, as I was saying before, I'm tired today and I've been doing a lot of painting and different things this afternoon. But like I said, timelines are changing, but we don't just sweep everything under the carpet, Like I said, we've got to see the dark to see the light. And people will still sit there going, no, I don't. We can't get rid of them. They've been in control for ages. It's just the flip side of the coin. Get researching. That's all I can say. If you can't see what's going on in the world right now, and it's a worldwide thing, and the amount of people that are shouting out, the amount of people that are, oh, thanks, Rachel, the amount of people that are apparently suicide and people jumping off buildings at work for what's he called, Steven Spielberg, blah 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 blah, and all this. And then people go, yeah, but Tom Hanks is still around because he did that video, did he? They're just trying to promote the film that apparently they wanted to bring out that's got him in it. That could be pre-recorded. We've all seen what the news they were going to put out about Maxwell last week for the 11th of July when it wasn't even the 11th. So we all know they pre-record and they print papers way before. If they think something's coming out, they'll try and get it out there first so it doesn't look like this, that and the other. My granddad used to work for the newspapers. say don't believe everything you read. So we all know certain places go down, and we all know it's happening because it wouldn't be as rife as it is now with people talking out. And stuff like that. But like you said, it's going to be shown. So I'm not even worried. I'm just like, well, people can sit there and naysay and sit there in the cognitive dissonance. But the fact is, it's going to be shown. It already is being trickled out. So, you know, like I keep saying, we'll be there for the people who are going to have to try and get their heads around it. Like I said, with this person saying, oh, don't be daft. I don't believe that Oprah Winfrey's done that. Because she's a celebrity. Oh, wow. Has it got to be someone who's not got money, someone who's poorer, because they're a celebrity, they can't have done it? Yeah, Tom Hanks and wife would definitely. Well, yeah, well, I hope they have been, but, you know, when the truth hits, it's going to be hard for people. That's why I said you don't bow down to celebrities at the end of the day. You're a sovereign being, and just because they're actors and actresses, for God's sake, very good at acting. I'm not saying all of them because it's not all of them. A lot of, like we said, a lot have been blackmailed. A lot have been, you know, abused themselves. But at the end of the day, the actresses and actresses. And I think it's going to knock people this more than anything, because a lot of people put their faith and their love and their bowing downness and treating these celebrities as gods when they're not. We're all gods and goddesses, facts, because we come from it. These people, do you know what I mean? Oh, I'll only believe him because the celebrity said it. It therefore must be the God's honest truth because the celebrity said it. Right. Yeah, because they also project an illusion. They do project an illusion. I mean, a lot of these people who say they're rich, a lot of them are, you know, especially these young kids, say, oh, look at my car I've got. A lot of them rent them out and all that. A lot of them aren't even doing half of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? And they do, a lot do have false lives. Remember what Tom Hanks said when Ricky Gervais shouted him out? He said, oh, I guess I've got to start playing the bad guy now. He's always portrayed, because we know it's all theatre, as the good guy, when we all know he isn't. Most of the people who are portrayed as bad guys, say Mel Gibson, are the really good guys. Mel Gibson's a good one, that's for sure. You know, because we know how they get people and tell lies about them and say, oh, they were on drugs or they were an alcoholic. Yeah, because and the people believe it. And Kanye West, go on Kanye. I didn't realise, so I have to put this straight. I thought he was running for the Dems. He's not, because I was a bit confused that he's running for himself. When you're independent, which is great because he'll just take all the votes off the Democrats, all the black votes off the Democrats. Whoop whoop. We know he's a Trump supporter. Go on Kanye. People go, he's MK Ultra. No, he was. He broke out of it the day he stood on stage and had a breakdown. He's been to the White House a few years back, and he's been to Trump Towers. Just saying. Part of the plan, part of the plan. Yeah, she probably has. He is married to a Kardashian, but at the end of the day, they might have been bad, they might have been turned. I know they got baptized. I know in the end, see, it might not just be them. I know Kim did. Kim went to no, he's not a clone. Needs to get out the New World Order crap. She freed that black lady she freed quite a few black people from prison when she went to the White House as well. So yeah, a lot of people say people are clones because they just don't want to, you know, cognitive dissonance yet again. But it's just the greatest thing ever to have Kanye running for an independent, you know, doing what he's doing. You watch the Democrats fall, because if you actually look at what Kanye's been doing since he had that, he's been doing really good things. Yeah, well, the Kardashians, I mean, I don't like that are, but, you know, people can change, you know, and you've got to remember a lot of people are under mind control. We've all been under mind control as well, but people can break free from it. Just let me go back to this. Oh yeah, clone. Yeah, all the clowns are people like Hillary and all them lot. Hypnosis, yeah. Yeah. Kanye will take the black votes off the Democrats, basically. But yeah, I can't wait for the election. I can't wait. I'll be sat here with party poppers and everything because there's a divine plan there going on. Yeah, maybe he has. I don't know about her. I just know that he's been doing stuff. Do you know what I mean? Some women are the handlers, aren't they? So have you guys got the second wave? No, they're going on about the second wave and all that, but I just don't think into it. What did someone say the other day about you've got to remember the reason why we're in lockdown as well is to keep us out of the way of saving the children. And I say bring it on anyway, because it's just a second wave of people waking up, you know. No one can get in the way of these paedophiles being arrested and stuff like that. If people don't believe that, you need to realise what's been going on. We've had 30,000 arrested in Holland, 36,000, I think, arrested in Germany, and so on, and it's all going on, you know, and they're taking these kids out from underground. When people start seeing this going on, which I believe is going to be coming out soon as well. Yeah, the royal family, I don't give a toss where they've gone. I think Prince Philip was took out ages ago. You know, it's all boarded up and that. We don't need a monarchy. I'm not into the whole John the third John this King John doodah. I'll sit on the fence with that one. I don't believe we need a monarchy. We don't want a monarchy. We don't need a monarchy. But I guess we'll just see. I don't know if that's distraction or what. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying at the minute I'm not into any of that. Yeah, I read tonight Kanye will drop loads of truth bombs and the drop out of president race at the last minute. Yeah, and that could happen as well. He might not stay in it. It might just be to drop the truth bombs because the thing is, people got to look at, yes, he was in the industry and yes, he might know things, I've done things, but you got to remember, not everybody is bad. There's ones that have gone to the top that don't give a toss. There's ones that wanted to get out, but when the cabal was very deep, they couldn't. And he broke free. And you could tell he was scared when he first started talking out. You could tell he was scared. But they are all talking out. I think someone the other day said that the Sugar Babes have started talking out about stuff. To be talking out now, you know that they are going down. You know, and he could do that and then pull out at the last minute just so it looks like it takes all the photos off that side. I mean, I'm not being funny. A lot of people who are not bothered by it all and that, especially people in the UK, they go on about it and they don't even know who Trump's going up against. Biden, of all people, are you having a giraffe? He doesn't even know what day it is. So Trump's going to win all day, every day, all day long. Biden even said he was going to vote for Trump. You know how it goes when you speak the truth, people think you're lying. When you lie, people think you're telling the truth. Exactly. I was reaching for my phone and accidentally bumped. God, I hope so. You can tell they're going down if you actually look what's going on in all the countries, all the dodgy things like CEO stepping down. You know, all this. It's just because mainstream media aren't putting on. There's bits of trickles, but believe me, the mainstream media are going to get taken out. They are going to get taken down, and you will see the truth coming out. And the only other thing is people who believe Trump is bad and this, that, and the other because they can't be bothered researching. It's because they're listening to what he's saying, what mainstream media's saying, and they're not getting the coding. They're not getting the coding. Like when he said about what was it he said about the vaccines when he said disinfectant and everyone went mad. He was saying that was disinfecting in the vaccines. There's loads of things, well, absolute loads of things. It's so fun. Hi, Effie. It's just getting better and better every day. And the one reason I can tell it's getting better is you only have to look in nature. You only have to look in nature. Did you see the news, the Turkish news? Yes, I did see the Turkish news with the adrenochrome. Yeah, I saw all that. That's what I mean. Certain countries are going to start talking out now, and people aren't going to be able to get away from seeing it. And I still do believe, yeah, 4D chess by our Grand Chess Master President, exactly. I do believe nearer that time when it all does come out, the mainstream media will be taken out, and the only channels you're going to have on is the absolute truth. And people can sit there going, well, I'm not going to watch it. Well, the whole world's going to be watching. It's going to go down in history. The whole world's going to be watching. But yeah. They can't stop what's coming. They can't stop what's coming. Patriots win, thank God, and POTUS 2020. Exactly. When people realise what that guy's been doing, it's not just him. People think it's him. Oh, you're saying he's a saviour. I didn't say he was a saviour. And I didn't say it was just him. This alliance has been going on for decades. And yes, they've tried to get in quite a few times, but the cabal's always been quite strong with the minions. It's like I said the other day, take your minions out, they're not going to work anymore. Because there's not a lot of these families. There's not a lot of these families. You know? I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't even be asked arguing with people anymore because, like I said, you can't red pill people. It's their journey and they've got to do it themselves. Because, like we all know, it's way beyond that anyway. It's a spiritual journey as well. Because when you do go and look at yourself and what you're a part of, it does take you to that. But I'm just like, okay. I said to this person on Facebook, it's okay though. You know, do you believe in what you believe in, but you are going to be shown the truth. And when you all get shown the truth, you're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with it. And this is what I said about new solutions. A new world and a new way comes in when we can go, right, okay, this happened. Let's bring the new solutions in of, like Charles Ward was just saying about slave food, about, you know, how, you know, if you're eating meat, it would be better if, you know, there was farming back in proper and saturated fats and stuff like that. And, you know, you can eat meat when you know that the animal has been farmed and loved, you know, like back in the day. But it's not like that today, is it? Nothing's in balance. It's all about balance. And the way we need balance is in, well, if people think this, I tell you what pisses me off, and I'll get on a rant right now about it because, yeah, is like I said, when this person said, and I know a lot of you will have got this, you know, about the whole with the kids and that, and they just turn around and say, yeah, but it's been happening for years. There's two kinds of people in this world, those that care and those that don't give a shit. Well, I do give a shit. And I'm not going through this saying that I never stood up and said something. Simple as, that's the two kinds of people in this world. The ones that don't give a fuck and the ones that do. And that's why the world has turned out like this, because a lot of people who didn't give a fuck and wanted to turn the blind eye, because as long as it's not happening to them and their children, or it's happening across the other side of the world, they ain't asked. Well, I don't think like that. I would think, I don't want it happening to nobody's kids. It don't matter who you are. Black, blue, pink, purple, from space, inner earth, whatever you want to believe in. It shouldn't be happening to no kids nowhere. And that's me. And if people want to sit there and laugh, go, oh, it's not happening, it's not, I don't really care. I'm a person that does think like that. You could say an empath, because I'd be thinking, oh, if I felt like that, I wouldn't want other people feeling like that. No, and that's why I came on this channel in the beginning, to talk about Q, researched it, stayed on it, never fell off, because I could see this was happening all over, and I could see that Q was real. The people who don't think it's real are always the people who don't understand it, don't research it. They see one video maybe about Joe Maspo's Q Plan to Save the World and think it's all bollocks. Or they'll come across a channel that doesn't actually know that much about Q. They won't get off their asses and actually go and research the coding, which I will admit are quite confusing sometimes. But if you go back to 2017 till now, you'll see what's happened. And also, I'll admit, I've said things and got it wrong on dates and stuff like that, but it's like that anyway. Disinformation is needed, and we'll also be giving disinformation out because we don't understand, because they're not going to give it all to the black hats. It's just there to make the people look, to show them that there is something going down. Because the reason why we've won and they are going down because they've got the world patriots. They needed us and we needed them. They are doing the job, but they needed us to put memes out. They needed us to keep speaking about it and keep speaking about it, so it gets in people's heads. Even if people don't believe Q, people are waking up to stuff that's going on with the vaccine, this, that, and the other. So it doesn't matter. They're all scratching their heads. It's the point of the more they hear it, they're going to be thinking, oh, well, I don't know if I believe but something's going on. Something's going on. Yeah, one child is too much, exactly. And this is, yes, and it has been going on for decades, centuries. The satanical stuff's been going on from time dot or whatever, but we don't want it anymore because we didn't know. Yeah, and we owe it to them to hear their stories. The abuse they have experienced is beyond hellish. And then we help them, and there's going to be people that are going to help these children heal, you know. And how are the people going to feel when they actually wake up to the truth and they realise they just tried to fob it off, and they're going to realise that the guy that they actually hated because they listened to the mainstream media was doing what he's doing. The weight of what that guy knows. I couldn't stand on stage with a poker face. He's had to because he has to play the game, the movie, because he can't look like he's saying certain things. And he's kept Fauci there for a reason, and Pence so the deep state were confused. They had to confuse the deep state all over. I'd want to smash the faces in, to tell the truth, but that's just me. It stops now. There's no looking the other way. No. And the people who have looked the other way and sit there saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter, well, it's not going to come down. It's like, well, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. If you're that sort of person, you're probably the sort of person that would just turn a blind eye. Doesn't sit with me. Doesn't sit with me. Hi, Fee. Hey everyone, how are you all? It's been a long. Yeah, how are you? Yep, still going on about the stuff, because as you can see, we're starting to see 2020. The jig is up for the psycho-pedos. Yes, it is, and they know it. That's why it's always been called, like, people going about the Mayan calendar, 2012, well, 2012, 2020. If you look at certain numbers, it's now. And that's why they've always put out, it's the end of the world. It's the end of this, it's the end of that. It's not the end of our world. It's the end of their world, their reign as they know it. But like I say, I'm not here to convince anyone anymore. I do not give a toss. I'm like, you're going to be seeing it happening. You're going to be seeing it happening, And even though we're all going to go, well, I told you so, it's just going to be, look, we were there trying to help people realise. And then a lot of people are going to get on the path, going back to themselves, the me, myself, and I, the higher self, going through a bit of trauma. When this comes out, it's going to be world trauma for some, but we know what happens with trauma. It brings you back to thyself. It brings you back to want to being a good person. It brings you back to not wanting to turn a blind eye, that you would speak out if something was happening and you saw something, you would know the symbols and things. Like I said, secret societies and all that can't communicate and can't work their magic, let's say, when everybody knows what they do. It's our time now, and it is coming. And all the people that I know that say it isn't are the ones that are not taking responsibility for themselves, and they don't want to research because they seem to be in fear. And they don't seem happy. Truth will set you free. It does make you happy. It's like I said, you've only got to detach from it. You don't have to be sitting in the shit that we know about, as I've said before about what's happening with the children. Yes, it's not nice, but it's the only way we go into a new future for our kids. And this is why we stand up, because it's our kids, for our kids and our kids and our kids. 45 in chat, 45th president. I feel the trauma now, but that could be, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to be feeling a lot of trauma coming up in yourself, because all the energies of everybody getting up riled with what's going on and this, that, and the other. And a lot of traumas are being brought up in ourselves with the energies that are flying about. Because if, people have got to realise that everything is energy vibrating at a different frequency. And that's why the news put us into fear, because they want everyone vibrating in a fear mode and a frequency, which makes people ill, which I've talked about before. You know, I'm happy. I can see a great future coming. I can see we have enough people waking up. I just don't feed over there. You know, someone was saying the other day, oh, what are you going to do when they come and they're giving you a vaccine and they can get in your house and burn your house down, take this? It ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. And I don't watch all that. And I don't sit in it either. And I don't consent to it. We're sovereign beings at the end of the day. They don't have the right to tell us what to do. We can think for ourselves. We know what's right and wrong at the end of the day. Yeah, they're literally going to be frequent stuff, right? Yeah. There's some people that are not going to be able to handle it. They will leave this earth because they're not going to be able to handle, certain generations are not going to be able to handle what's coming, because there's no way they're just never going to get their head around it. Because when you do see it, you're like, you know, we're living in a horror movie or something, like, what's been going on? And there was someone saying the other day, something like somewhere in Newcastle, I can't remember her name, Psychic, something, you know, about, we know there's loads of tunnels underground, all over the world, you know, and this is how they traffic as well. You want to say inner earth, there's a lot of shit going down under there, do you know what I mean? So, like I say, Maxwell to me is like the keystone sort of thing. It's with her where all this stuff will come out. I reckon she's the one who's shouted out about Fairway or whatever it's called. Hi Danny. Fairway. You know. Did you see the Fox article? I think it was from a year ago into Trump's presidency. They had only arrested 1,000 plus traffickers around 2007. They are trying to hide it. That's what I mean. There's loads that they've gone for. They've just gone somewhere else as well. Like I said, there was 30,000 in Holland just recently and 36,000 in Germany. It's all over the world. They're going from, once you take them out, and all the ones that traffic and all the pedos and all that, it all falls down, because basically it is a worldwide pedo ring, and this is, the currency is children, and that is to do with elites and the ones above, because people go, well, they're just the puppets, it's the ones above them. Yeah, well, they're going down as well, because if you don't know, the Vatican's already fallen, and that's where it does all lead to. Have you heard of the different personality types? Myers-Briggs type. There are 16 personality types, and a lot of us in terms of which are the rarest. And empaths, probably you too. Yeah. Well, bits, yeah. I think I'm an empath. Because I used to get upset for no reason sometimes. I wouldn't know why I was getting upset, like energy's flying about something. I'd just be crying. I'd be crying. Yeah, Rachel Chandler, I never said that, Nixium or whatever, because was a recruitment manager for Wayfair. Ah, yeah. See, all this shit's coming out now, the stuff we knew about ages ago. I just sit there going, yeah, see, it's great, it's all coming out. And then you're getting, obviously, new people going, oh, did you hear about this and did you hear about that? Went, yeah, yeah. And it's all coming out. Yeah. Hope Maxwell gets what's coming. And yeah. And she's giving it all out. Yeah. Article about the wall as well. They snuck it in at the end. Oh yeah, when Trump said the walls are for combating human trafficking, they won't highlight that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Effie. Well, that's what we were saying ages ago about the wall, and people going, oh my God, you can't stop people coming into the country. It's supposed to be a free world. It was like, right, dipshits. This is when I'm on one, yeah? Dipshits. The reason why they wanted it was because they were trafficking children, and a lot of women were getting raped and kids were getting murdered, and the men that were bringing them in weren't the fathers. And MS-13 were doing it as well. So when people say that, it's like, for God's sake, really? Really? They wouldn't be saying that if it was their wife or kids, would they? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be saying that if they lived near that wall, would they? You know, where they were putting up. No, they wouldn't. Yeah, because they all said it was under Trump's regime. How could it be under Trump's regime that he kept them in cages when he just come in and it was before that, which was Obama's regime? That's how thick people are. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, for God's sake. I do. It's like fuckwits.com, I call them. I know it's not nice, but sometimes it just has to be said. And I am only joking, so it's not a bad frequency. Do you know what I mean? I'm having a laugh with it. It's all that thing with the frequency. Fuckwits.com. And I need to wear my t-shirt saying, just saying. I'm just saying. Just saying. I was laughing my head off that the other night. Just saying. So, like I said, it's a frequency. It's the intention that you hold it in. Do you know what I mean? Remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Danny. Oh yeah, it just set me off the other day because I just thought, like I said, there's two kinds of people: those that don't care and those that care. You know, when they go, yeah, but it's been happening for ages. Doesn't, you know, if it's not, I've actually heard friends say, oh well, never mind. If it's not happening to me and my kids, I'm like, what? Turn a blind eye, turn a blind eye. Have blessed one, everyone. Keep your heads up, walking in the light, as just maybe you two be that light for someone else who may desperately. Exactly. And that's why I say when all this does come out, we will be the light for the people to help them get through it, you know, of like how we got through it. As an American, I can tell, I hope and pray Trump wins the second term. Oh, he will, without a shadow of a doubt. All we are doing now, without a shadow of a doubt, Trump 2020, definitely. Rain and I video Maxwell a lot of yeah. Children in the commodity they want. Ads for missing children, especially on FE and the children they have for sale. Yep, they do, yep. Some of the things I've seen while researching left me in tears. Felt so helpless to help, but that here with Dolly and Peeps is getting the truth out. Yeah, and everybody on their channels as well. It's like Jen McCarthy, I can never say her name right, when she was saying the other day, and it's true, you've got to speak out about it. Not opening your gob, even if you've mentioned to it a few people, is sitting in the dark. And when it's in the dark, nobody sees it. So it gets brushed under the carpet. This is why it's dark to light. It's got to be seen worldwide. And people think, yeah, but you're going to traumatise the world. It's tough shit because it's tough love. Like, who were we talking about the other day that was talking about that? It's tough love. There's that level of different love. It has to come out for the children. I mean, if you were put to it at the end of it and said, look, do you want to wake up so you can stop this happening to the children? You would all choose that, even if you knew that you were going to not find out that, yes, you were going to be hurt and you might be crying for a few weeks and really heartbroken and find it really hard to get through for a few weeks. I would go through it all again because we know there's great people out there that when it happens to the people around them, that's why you're in the areas that you're in, you're going to help these people. Even the people that thought you were mad and have called you and don't want to be your friends, they will come crawling back. I don't mean crawling back begging, I just mean you're going to be there to help them because that is unconditional love. I've had spats with people, but when this comes out, I'm not going to go, oh, well, I'm not going to, you know, try and help you get through this in your mindset, you know, to help you get through it. There's no way I'm going to do that, even though people have been, you know, it's just because they don't know. So you can look at that and I can still be compassionate about that, you know, and think, well, you know, it's only because they don't know. Yes, we get mad and we get triggered just like they do. We don't need to have ego. No, but you know what I mean? It's you still do get triggered, but there's no way. Like, for instance, people who've been shouting out to me on Facebook and stuff like that, people I've known for years from when I was at junior school, thinking I'm a idiot and this, that, and the other, and they've said certain things, but I know it's just because they don't know. And I'd never turn around and when this comes out and say, well, I don't want to know now because you were an arsehole. Do you know, at the end of the day? But they will start going through the journey, but it is for them to do as well. You can't cheat it. People have got to take responsibility for their lives, for the things we've all been a part of. We've all been a part of. No one can say they're not because the stuff they've got us in, we've all been a part of it without even knowing. Hi, Miss Chime. You're listening in the background. Hugs. Yay. None of my family will give me the time of day. They will in the end because they're going to look and go, oh my God, it's true. You know what I mean? I know, and it's hard, and that's the hardest thing about this is when you've got that going on, especially in your family, and maybe even really good friends where they've just defriended you. They will come back. Not everyone was right with my assumptions and they turn out wrong. No one likes to be wrong. We have to respect people, raise each other. Yeah, they do. People don't like to be wrong and not everyone's right. And, you know, it's just one of them. But this timeline is in, this timeline is in. But we've still got to keep working out. We've still got to keep speaking out why the ends are being tied up. And the other reason why you can tell there's stuff going on to the people that say there isn't, because a lot of people who say there isn't say they don't watch the news because they know the news is crap, obviously, but you need to still be aware. And they don't look over YouTube because they think YouTube, like, because it's social media, is crap and that's telling lies and it's just people saying this, that, and the other. It's like, that's ridiculous. Because this is how we've all got to be digital warriors. There are people talking out, and that's why people don't know. And then they go, well, check Twitter. See all the social media that we're all on, not the a-holes. And you tell me there's nothing going on. But these people go, yeah, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I know what's coming in. They can't be taken down. You don't know because you're not looking. You don't know what the world's talking about right now. This has never happened in my lifetime. As mad everywhere because it has been the age of information. Yes, there's a lot of out there that is disinformation and it's confusing people and there's a lot to sift through. But at the end of the day, when you get through all the cack, you can clearly see there's something going down. Yeah, Q said, don't run away from the battlefield, which is on Facebook. I haven't ran away. I've stayed on Facebook, paneling it out. I forget about Twitter, but I do put stuff out there. I'm on it. I've been on air talking about it for ages, even if I've gone a bit quieter or whatever. I won't be quiet when big stuff comes out. But do you know what I mean? I haven't ran anywhere because you can clearly see what's going on. And that's why I can't stand it when people just don't research. They want to know, but they don't research. They say it's a psyop, but they don't research. And I can't be doing with that. So, because like I said, after all that, they will start tuning into themselves and going within and doing the work because they're going to need to do it. Going to need to do it. So, yeah, I've also just been designing a little kid's jacket. I'll have to show you when I finished it. You can't really see what it is, but that should be quite fun when I've done it. By the way, I'm just, before my battery dies, pulled a few cards out today, but one of them that was quite, yeah, there's no running from the truth and people aren't going to be able to run from the truth. Hi. So I got Callie. Oh no, so, not Callie, sorry, Krishna. And I love the bit at the ending of this card because it said, what does it feel like to be totally adorned, or I can never say this, raptured and captivated with love for the divine? Hi, Mary. This is the essence of Krishna. You have entered the time where you have realized love is something so much greater than passion between two people. Instead, it is the origin of all life. Of course it is. Where everything blossoms. You have trusted in the greater forces of the universe, and in return, it supports you with all the encompassing arms embracing you. Like the stars in the sky, continue trusting the divine. It is omnipresence, and that you are not only a part of the universe, but the entire universe exists inside of you. Krishna, I love this bit. Krishna also reminds you that play is a form of prayer. And that's why I always say to you, when you love something and you're doing stuff you love, I've been playing today, it is a form of prayer. Because everything you love with the creative comes from the creator. That's what it wants you doing. So I always revel in the house and king. Drives me crazy when they think they know the truth because the TV tells, oh God, that is the biggest one ever. I know. So, hi, Deanie. So, yeah, I just wanted to shout that out. Probably didn't really get out what I wanted to get out. But like I said, timeline's already here. We've just got to keep on the track. Keep on track. Harnessed it in, pulling it in. You could tell today, looking at the sky, there was a lot of energies. Felt good to me. So, Hi, Bonnie. And like I said, there's going to be more crap coming out with this Maxine, what she's going to be spilling. So keep on trucking. Yeah, everyone's always had that thing. They knew the world was wrong. And this is another thing people will say before I go, yeah, but I knew all this ages ago. We knew about the government. We knew about this. It's like, yeah, we know. Well, things have moved on since then, and things have got in and there is an alliance because I always believe there's more good people than there is bad. And that's a fact. Hi, Brian. That's a fact. There's more good people. It's just a lot of people have been duped. They've been blackmailed. We know this. And yes, they did have a tight grip on it. But if people want to sit there and never believe something good's going to come in and they speak it out loud of, yeah, but it's never going to come, is it? It's never going to come. Well, you're speaking it out to the universe. And a lot of these people who say that are the ones that know your thoughts are your reality. You keep bringing that in then. You keep believing. People keep believing there's nothing can come in. And this is with us doing it. It's not a saviour, with us doing it, even if there's other things helping as well. Then you might as well give up. That to me is a very negative. Like, it's not a positive. That's not someone who can put good frequencies out there. That's just someone who says they know, but then sits there saying, yeah, but it can't. Yeah, but it can't. Oh, okay then. It's time to be back in balance, is it? It was too over us. Now it's going back. I'm grateful for my awareness, but it's tough sometimes. Yeah, I have two choices. Either I follow my truth or I start to die inside. Exactly. And that's why they suppressed us. If we couldn't speak out, you would die slowly. That's why I have to come out and shout on air, because if you get people around you who are not that into it, I have to say something. And it's not just me, is it, who's saying it? It's everywhere. Yeah, love is the highest frequency. And the funniest thing is the people who don't believe in Q, if it was for the New World Order, they would bring it in saying it was something good. They're not. The mainstream media have called Q out as a far-right terrorist group, and I've had videos, and a lot of people have had videos where they've had the label stuck under saying it's a far-right conspiracy theory by Wikipedia. Well, who knew Wikipedia are? So you can definitely tell. No, it's not a psyop, and no, it's not working for the other side. But like I said, most of these people will not research because when they go over to Q, they don't understand it. And a lot of people in the UK won't understand it because they don't know who half the people are in the drops because they're American. And a lot of people don't even know about, in the UK, don't even know who JFK is, or JFK Jr. for that matter, and all that's going on. So, hey, exactly. Sick of people not connecting the dots and being negative, not believing in the good changes. I know. Why would you want to just constantly be on that New World Order timeline of not believing in the good? That means you actually believe that most of the world is evil. Well, it's not. There's a lot been going on and they've got dragged into it. I believe there's more good people. When the world finds, don't listen to me. When the world finds out about this, yes, they are going to be upset, but they're not going to stand for it. They're not going to stand for what's been happening to the kids. And that's a fact because that's how good people are. Proper people who come from the heart are not going to stand for it. They're not going to go back to sleep. That's why it's happening. When they find out the truth, they're not going to go back to sleep. There's no way. Yeah, people have lost all common sense. It's like right in front of you. It is. It's just that thing of people don't want to, they either don't want to be wrong, they just don't want to come out of the bubble because maybe it's going to affect the job. It's going to affect lots of people's jobs probably in the because Wayfair, these nefarious bastards that have been doing things, hi good servant, in the end, people might lose the jobs. People who might have lost the jobs now, I know it's not nice. How these people don't know, they might have been working for a nefarious company. Not that they knew, but it's like the UN and all that. People think the UN are good and the Red Cross. Really? Not behind it all, they're not. Do you know what I mean? So there's all that. So at least in the end, when people do get jobs back and people start working properly, we're all going to be working for places that are not nefarious. They're not doing things behind our backs in the dark. Do you know what I mean? The spiritual battle is it's definitely in full flow, Dave mode, because, the attacks that are going about, people, just the way they go on. So, you know, and then you get the ones that come in all triggered. Yeah, you have, Lois. But like I said, I'm not even worried because it's coming whether they like it or not. So they can scream, they can shout, they can go on, it's coming anyway. I just say, while it's all going on, enjoy yourself. Do the things that you love. I am just aware of American politics as I am Canadian because of Q. Exactly. Also, I know many of the world connections. Thank you. Anons and Q. Where we go, one week war. Thank you, Howard. Very true. So I'm still going to be pumping my stuff out. Please, I mean, like-minded people to me. Well, they're all going to be having a big wake up soon. But like I said, more and more are getting it on every day. People think that America hates Trump. They don't. That's what the news want to tell you. The cards, Dolly. The cards. The what? What cards? What? What, you want me to pull a card before I go? Said I was going, didn't I? I'm going to have to I can't rotate. I could do this. I could pull a card before I go. One-handed though. Don't know how this is going to work out. No, I'm not, Joe. Go and do your research, mate. There's always one, isn't there? Yeah, we are the silent majority. Exactly. Let me have a look. Let me see if I can do it one-handed. You can clearly see what's going on in the world. Clearly see. You're optimistic, yeah. You can clearly see the people are winning. We, the people, taking our power back. Like I said, it's a spiritual war anyway, and it's much more than, it's a spiritual war. Right, hang on 1 minute. Let me see if I can do this. Can't do it one-handed. Sorry. Thought you had some early. Yeah, I did read one out before, Krishna one, but I will just do one. Trump going to win the world is going to be one big high vibe. Yes, it is. He's already won. Took our monarchy ages ago. It's just that it doesn't look like that on mainstream media. That's where people get triggered because you think, oh, he's taking over the world. No, he's not taking over the world. He's a nationalist. Taking all our countries back, but we're all in it together. You know what I mean? We're all going to be trading with each other. But, we're not going to be under a new world order. Not their new world order. We'll go under our own. Everybody working together worldwide. Nobody in poverty. No kids being taken anymore. Everybody living well. No more fearing. That's all the mainstream media do. Every story is fear, 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 fear. Keep your frequencies down. You've got us on every level. Food, everything. Medical, all of it. People don't realise that early 2020, Treasury debt nationalised the Federal Reserve, the globalist corruption and financing is at an end. Yes, it is at an end. And July the 4th, just gone, was World Freedom, but a lot of people won't know that because they're not going to tell you that on the news, but we all know. We all know. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Yeah, so, and it's when people say, oh, they can't take over, the money and all that. Yeah, they can. They just put better people in charge and then it'll probably change in the end. Yes, they can, and they already have. Not with your trust, our creator. They won't get us on that. No, they won't get us on that, Miss Chime, at the end of the day. Doesn't matter about the electoral shite and all that. Trump's getting in fair and square, and that's a fact. Because people have seen through the bullshit. That's why she never won. She didn't even have a speech ready when she lost, because her at the end of the day. He might be the last president, like the book, the last president. You only have a president of a corporation because America is a corporation. You know, we don't need a monarchy. We could have other things in and it'll be for the people. So the card that's just come out is Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic Teacher. It says. But yeah, rant over. They have to vote the way the people voted. Just set that in stone. Oh yeah, they'll be voting, but Trump's going to get in. Trump's going to get in. Like I said, we've got the whole Kanye West thing going on. What a plan, what a plan. Welcome, Miss Chang. But I always have to do 3, so I'll have to take 2 off the top, won't I? That was just bugging me then. So, it says, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Like I said, you do have to take a break from this. And then, this one is no. Say no. Well, the pyramid there and the lightning. Well, at the end of the day, see the towers? The towers that have crumbled. They're towers. Say no. We are saying no. We're not putting up with this no more. We're saying no. No, we do not consent. So that was the last card. So I'm going to go and get a brew and see if I can just chill to a little film or something. Can't wait to see the film when it comes out. Tenet. Is it Tenet? Tenet's about the sort of time traveling thing or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I know about that, Brian, and they did worse things than that. Yeah, we knew about that a few years ago with what she did. That's why I say when people find out, they're not going to like it. They're going to think it's not real. And this is why I say get your mind state ready. Get it pumped up. Don't look too much at the stuff because it does, whatever. You can detach yourself from it. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because Trump is going to win. We all know about China. It wasn't Russia, it was China. We all know about that. So that's nothing new to us, and he will win. So already fell. So thanks for the insight broadcast. Look forward to the next. Haven't been watching for a while. Hard to keep up with the speed of today. The speed of today is bonkers. What is time? That just goes. Everybody's talking about it. YouTube do hide. You don't get notifications. I forget who I watch now because I don't get notifications. Hi, Gary, and all that. But we, the people, are winning. And the people who can't see that, the people who've got their head in the ground, don't want to be wrong and don't want to research. Can't be bothered to take the time out to research. I've had people saying, well, do this. I ain't got time to research. You have got time to research. You've got time to sit and watch Coronation Street and feed into the news. Therefore, you've got time to research. You don't want to, just means you don't give a toss. Some people say, well, we don't need, yes, you do need to know what's going on. Because the only way we can have a new world and have new solutions is knowing what was in the dark so we can have the light. So anyway, where we go, one, we go all. It is flying by so much. It's flying by so much. Where we go, one, we go all. And I'll see you very soon. Rant over. Just saying. Yeah, it's coffee donation thing in chat. Thanks, Rachel. And I'll see you soon. Bye. If I can get off, because I can never get off.